Good afternoon, Chairman Schatz, Vice Chairman Murkowski, members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to appear before you today to discuss the implementation of the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, also known as the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, especially as it relates to Native communities. It is my pleasure to appear here today beside my colleagues, Mr. Wizipan Garriott of the Bureau of Indian Affairs, Ms. Elizabeth Fowler of the Indian Health Service, and Mr. Adam Geisler of the National Telecommunications and Information Administration. The Bipartisan Infrastructure Law represents a once-in-a-generation investment in our nation's infrastructure, competitiveness, and communities. And under Secretary Buttigieg's leadership, the department is hard at work implementing this law. This includes historic and critical investments in tribal transportation. The Federal Highway Administration, under the direction of Deputy Administrator Pollack, plays a vital role in this implementation. We have a long history of deep collaboration with tribes, and I am proud of the relationships we have fostered. Maintaining and strengthening these ties is key to implementing this law successfully. I would like to update you on a number of efforts we have underway. The Bipartisan Infrastructure Law dedicated historic levels of funding for the Tribal Transportation Program, which benefits all 574 federally recognized tribes. Congress provided over $3 billion over the next 5 years, including $578 million for this year, a 15% increase from 2020 levels. The Federal Highway Administration implements this program jointly with the Bureau of Indian Affairs, with whom we share a close and productive relationship. We're currently working to distribute fiscal year 2022 funds to tribes as quickly as possible. Safety continues to be the department's top priority. Tragically, Native Americans remain the group most likely to lose their lives in car crashes. Dedicated safety funding within the TTP more than doubled in the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, giving us more opportunities to work together to improve safety in tribal communities. Just this morning, the Federal Highway Administration announced nearly $9 million in grants to 51 tribes to complete 58 safety projects, and we look forward to doing more with this new funding. The Bipartisan Infrastructure Law includes an unprecedented investment in the Tribal Transportation Bridge Program, providing over $1 billion for the next 5 years, a 14-fold increase compared to the FAST Act. This injection of funds to build, replace, and rehabilitate bridges will address a critical problem. Nearly 11% of the bridges for the TTP funding listed in the National Bridge Inventory are classified as in poor condition. Under the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law, for the first time, half of all funding under the Nationally Significant Federal Lands and Tribal Project Program is required to be awarded to tribal transportation facilities. We plan to publish the 2022 Notice of Funding Opportunity soon, and the Tribal High Priority Projects Program also received funding for the first time in over 10 years. This program will fund transportation projects that may otherwise not be completed, including for tribes experiencing emergencies or disasters that render transportation facilities unusable. The Bipartisan Infrastructure Law can only achieve its intended transformative effect if tribes can take full advantage of its opportunities. To that end, the Federal Highway Administration continues to prioritize the critical technical assistance tools that help tribes plan, fund, and execute successful projects. We are currently reviewing applications for almost $18 million in grants to reestablish and operate 7 tribal technical assistance program centers throughout the country. We look forward to standing up these new centers and continuing to strengthen our vital relationship with tribes across the country. Thank you again for the opportunity to appear before you today. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hess. Mr. Geisler, please proceed with your testimony.